What's up guys, welcome back. If this is your first time on my channel, hey there. My name is Morgan. I'm a recent UX UI design bootcamp graduate, and I document my journey transitioning from digital marketing into UX design, and I try to offer advice where I can. So today I want to talk about something that I've been reflecting on a lot recently, and that's what I would have done differently during my UX design bootcamp to put myself in a better position today. I made a lot of mistakes, and I want to help you guys not make those expensive and time-consuming mistakes. So let's jump right into it. First, I would actually focus on just my bootcamp. This one might seem obvious, but like a lot of people, I get distracted and I get hyperfixations and I go down rabbit holes, and it takes me away from actually learning. During my bootcamp, I was signing up for additional courses from Coursera, Udemy, Skillshare, Interaction Design Foundation, and I just spread myself really thin. I felt like if I wasn't studying 24/7, then I wasn't getting enough done, because I'm a person, I always need to be doing something, and being unemployed right now is really difficult for me. So I just set myself in a million different directions and didn't focus on my bootcamp as much as I should have. So if you've been on my channel for the past couple of months, then you know that I graduated my bootcamp early, so you might be thinking, well, does it really hinder you that much because you still graduated early? Yes, because it's not about how quickly I finished the bootcamp, it's the burnout that came from doing too many things at once. If I had just done my course full time, maybe completed 2 tasks a day, I could have rested, or I could have done free research with the resources that Career Foundry gave me. I could have been doing case studies. My time just was not allotted properly. And I regret doing so many courses, maybe one additional course at a time, like maybe from Interaction Design Foundation, where the information comes out every 2 weeks. I could have paced myself more instead of just 24/7 on my laptop. I think that it did negatively affect me in the long run, and I could have been focusing on more important things. My advice to you is to solely focus on your bootcamp. You've spent thousands of dollars on it. It deserves your full attention. Use the resources that your bootcamp provides for you rather than spending money on additional courses outside of your bootcamp. Wait until your bootcamp's over to do that. Number 2 is that I would have laid down a foundation before getting into advanced topics. So this sort of connects to my first point about going down rabbit holes. So I got really interested in extended reality design. If you don't know what that is, it's augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, and designing the experiences and interfaces for that. I got interested in this pretty early on in my UX immersion course. It took me down so many rabbit holes, and it's just such an advanced topic that I spent a lot of time and money that I didn't need to, because I didn't even have that basic UX design knowledge yet, but I jumped into this incredibly advanced topic. This took up a lot of my time and energy because I had to learn new tools and I had to learn new terms, and then it turned into, well, if you want to start getting into XR design, then first you have to learn game design, and then you need to learn how to use Blender, and like just all this stuff that's so far off from traditional UX design that I just got sent down this rabbit hole, and I was neglecting that foundational knowledge of just basic UX design and basic UI design. What I would have done differently is, like I said, just focused on my bootcamp and learning basic UX design and basic UI design, and then have a product designer or UX design role for a little bit, and then eventually getting into extended reality, especially because I'm learning this stuff now, but it's not even like I would even be able to get into the field for like 5 years, because I still do need that basic job experience of being a normal UX designer of just regular digital products, because XR is an advanced topic and it would take me years to get into, and technologies and tools, they're going to change. So I wish that I had just stuck with regular UX design, completed my boot camp, and then done that on the side, maybe as I have a job learning XR design. I will use this knowledge in the future, and it will be important for me to know if and when I eventually transition into XR design, but right now it's not really doing me any good, and I spent a lot of time and money focusing on that. Number 3 is that I would do a better job of avoiding analysis paralysis. I've talked about analysis paralysis in the past. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially when you analyze or research a topic to the point that you don't actually get anything done, you don't pull the trigger on anything, and you're just sort of at a standstill because you don't feel prepared to move forward. I kept taking course after course, and what I wish I had done was just stop taking courses and just actually start designing, putting things into action. That's a huge thing that I wish that I had done. I really wish that I studied less and designed more. Number 4 is that I would have done more case studies. I did some unpaid freelance work during my boot camp, and I didn't document any of it, and I regret it, and now I have to retroactively try and create this case study, and it just led to the point where I just have to redo the entire thing. I wish that I had at the very least taken screenshots of my progress. Case studies in your portfolio are what get you to the interview, or can even be what gets you the job. And I have like 3 case studies right now, I think, and one of them is my very first case study, and it's not very good, and I wish that I had documented more of the work I was doing outside of my boot camp, so that way I could have a more competitive portfolio, because I was doing all of this work but I have nothing to show for it. So now I have to redo my projects essentially. Number 5 is more of a personal one. I wish that I had made more YouTube videos documenting my process. Because I was spread so thin because of all those courses I was taking, I didn't take my YouTube channel as seriously as I wish I would have. I think it would have been really helpful to you guys to see what doing the bootcamp was actually like. I am still in my UI design specialty course, so I plan on making a video in the future of what that's like. But like I said, this is more of a personal one. You guys may not have a YouTube channel. I really wish that I had documented more of that journey instead of, like I said, doing all of these additional courses instead of making retrospective videos. 6 is that I wish I would have participated more in the Career Foundry Slack group. I've talked about this before, that I didn't get involved until much later in my UX immersion course, and I wish that I had just been more involved from the beginning. The feeling of needing help and knowledge from outside courses might have subsided a little bit if I had just participated in the group more and I learned from others and communicated with others about the work that I was currently doing, rather than looking for that in expensive courses. It also would have been really nice to get more feedback, and there are also good networking opportunities in there that I missed out on. Number 7 is that I would have met with my mentor more. I met with her 2 or 3 times. I just sort of stopped because, like everything else, I was spread too thin, and I didn't see speaking with her as a priority because I never knew what questions to ask. But I could have asked her anything. Like all those things that I was looking for outside of my boot camp, I could have gotten from the people in the boot camp, including my mentor and my tutor and my advisors. I could have reached out to them and asked for what hiring managers are really looking for, and they probably would have told me case studies, and then that's what I would have worked on. But I don't know if I was afraid of feedback. I don't know if I thought that I was fine on my own. I don't know what kept me from reaching out to my mentor. Maybe it's just the social anxiety portion of things. I really don't know, but I regret not speaking to my mentor more. Number 8 is that I would have simplified my portfolio site. I spent a good portion of my time playing with different programs like Adobe Dimension and Elementor to try and create this cool website for my portfolio. I spent so much time and energy on that. 1, it's not even that good. And 2, I've got like 3 case studies. Like, at the time, I really only had 1 case study. I mean, people care a little bit about your website, because if you can't design a good website, then, you know, your website doesn't look good. But there's a difference between your website looking good and presentable and your website just being ridiculous like mine. I guess I was trying to show my personality a little bit and my caffeine addiction, but I've got like 3 case studies on there. Like, that's the whole point of the site, is to show your work and show what you're like and everything. So I just spent way too much time doing that. I would have gone with a simpler website to start with, focused on my case studies, and then once I had 4 or 5 case studies, then I would have had a more creative website that showed my personality. Sorry that if you guys can hear me like scratching, I am covered in bug bites. So what I'm probably gonna do moving forward is I'm gonna keep the website that I have for now, because I'm not gonna make that same mistake of obsessing over my website. I'm just gonna focus on case studies, and hopefully in the next year I'll be able to have the time, because there needs to be time, and I'm going to probably move over to Webflow and just create a more simple website that just shows my work better, trying to avoid my past mistakes. All right guys, that's it for today's video. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that you're able to avoid the costly and time-consuming mistakes that I made. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I would love to talk to you guys. If you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and I would really love it if you subscribed. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.